I never needed nowhere to stay. You act like
Get off my
couch. You was a fan. You begged us. You are a fan.
Come on.
A fan. We didn't grow up with you. I am from 140th and Lenox.
Pusha T should be on the greatest 50 rappers of all time list?
How? What has he done? What has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time besides talk about that he probably didn't get? What has he done? Nobody has dressed like him. Nobody wants to be like Pusha T. No, I don't remember nothing. And let's not be evil, but we don't talk about rap where that's popping the want to be like. I don't know too many in this game that was leaning towards being like Pusha T. I don't know no records they play in the club with or Pusha T. They don't play outside. NBA Youngboy before Pusha T.
That's wild, Jim. That's
NBA Youngboy before Pusha
crazy.
T?
That's crazy. What do you...
What?
Nah, Jim just trying to get everybody mad.
Pusha T around out here. You heard?
Jim trying to get everybody mad.
Like, I didn't never want to be like Pusha. I never had a Pusha moment in my life. I never thought, like you dig, like, where I'm from, want to be like you if you was really that dude and that rapper and things like that.
You want to be like Pusha?
This is exactly why Jim Jones crashed out again. Pusha T stared dead into the camera like he was staring through Jim's soul. The way he came for him, ruthless. He said Jim's out here running from the spirit of repossession after the bank allegedly took his house. That's some sinister level shade right there, but it didn't stop there because guess who showed up? Mase came through like he was at the movies, popcorn in hand, ready to watch the whole thing burn down. The disrespect was on full display. And even after all that public embarrassment, Jim still refuses to take the L and chill. Nope. He clapped back with a freestyle trying to fire shots at Pusha, and now he's on Instagram acting shady, throwing slick comments at both Pusha and Made. It's like he's digging himself deeper. But don't worry, Mase and Cam, they're already cooking him. They're making sure Jim gets humbled in full view. Now let's talk about the moment that really sent shockwaves, Pusha T's Tiny Desk performance. Him and Mase showed out like legends. It was all part of their massive rollout for the comeback album, Let God Sort 'Em Out. And when they performed Chains and Whips, their collab with Kendrick Lamar, that was the dagger. Pusha and Mase didn't just diss Jim, they dragged him. The delivery, the bars, the energy, it was surgical. Jim got lyrically shredded and the whole world watched it go down. If you watched both the Tiny Desk performance and that genius lyric breakdown, then you already know. Pusha T wasn't playing at all. He didn't flinch, didn't blink, didn't even breathe different when he spit those bars. It wasn't just a performance. He was talking directly to Jim Jones like he wanted him to feel every syllable. The cold stare, the twisted grin, that wasn't rap beef, that was personal. And the way Pusha handled him, that wasn't random trash talk, it was tactical, top-tier rap precision. He schooled Jim with skill, but let's keep it real. Jim brought this all on himself. Nobody asked him to come for Pusha. He threw the first shot, and it wasn't even about bars. It was about him riding for Drake, trying to play loyal soldier in a war he had no business in. Now let's break down that bar from Chains and Whips where Pusha says, "We all in the room, but here's the elephant. You chasing a feature out of your element." That wasn't a random punchline. He was clowning Jim for begging Drake for a verse. It's been no secret. Jim's been out here pushing the Drake is the GOAT agenda just to stay close to him. He turned into Drake's mouthpiece overnight. Ever since Billboard ranked Pusha at number 29 on their top 50 greatest rappers of all time list, Jim's been going off. He even went on The Breakfast Club and said Pusha didn't deserve to be in the top 50 at all.
Sing along the 5 Pusha T records right now, his records.
Yes.
Name
I love Pusha. Nostalgia.
Oh, you was a Pusha T fan.
If you know, you know.
I didn't know he had fans like that. Can you name 5 Pusha T records? No, his records.
See, but
no, can you can you rap to 5 Pusha?
I can't rap 5. No,
all right, can you rap to 5? Wait. Can you rap? If 5 Pusha T records, not the records he's featured on, if 5 Pusha T records came on right now, could you rap them?
You could rap 5 Pusha T records?
Yeah.
Could you rap 5 Pusha T records right now if they started playing?
What do you mean rap though? Like the hook?
Could you say?
That's when the shots started flying, and now Jim's paying the price, bar for bar.
You're not in my top 50. You might be in Charlamagne's top 50 and things like that, but you haven't done that much for me in my life. Like, I didn't never want to be like Pusha. I never had a Pusha moment in my life. I never thought, like you dig, like, where I'm from, want to be like you if you was really that dude and that rapper and things like that.
Wayne wanted to be like Pusha? He was influenced by Pusha?
Yeah? Okay, cool.
That's why Pusha did the Mr. Me Too record.
Okay, cool. You're a very strong Pusha T fan. Nigga, you was nowhere near the top 50. You top 950.
Jim didn't just let it go. He doubled down on the Rap Caviar podcast, once again saying Pusha T has no place in the top 50 greatest rappers list because, in Jim's words, he hasn't done anything major for the culture. That's a bold take, especially coming from someone who's now caught in the middle of a lyrical storm. But clearly, Pusha hit a nerve with that ruthless line on chains and whips because Jim already clapped back with a freestyle. Here's where it gets messy. The freestyle isn't even new. It was recorded 2 years ago, back when Chains and Whips first leaked. Now you might be wondering, how'd Jim even get the beat before the official release? Here's the deal. Clips premiered the song during a Louis Vuitton runway show, walking out to it like it was a battle anthem. After that, part of the track leaked online. Jim snatched the beat and dropped his freestyle the very next day. He was ready with smoke way before the song hit streaming. But even now, after the clip's Tiny Desk performance went viral and Pusha's bars made headlines, Jim's still not letting it go. Instead of letting the internet bury him, he jumped back on Instagram and threw more shade. He posted a clip of that old freestyle and added this slick caption, "I thought we addressed this already. He gonna need a bigger desk, cause that one was too tiny." That's how deep Jim's in it now. He's fighting the ghost of a diss track with a 2-year-old freestyle. The tension's real, and he's refusing to fold. This was surgical! Pusha came in sharp, no fluff. "I'm not a storyteller, I'm a life liver, and your brother is still a friend to me, LOL. That's cold. But what's even colder? Jim's own fans are turning on him in the comments after he reposted that old freestyle like it was fresh. They're cooking him right under his own post. One person wrote, "You got triggered and smoked so bad you re-uploaded a diss from last year." Another said, "He didn't even say your name and you out here bragging about enamel on your necklaces." And someone else dropped the mic with, "Jealousy turns into obsession. Give it up, man, you reaching." Jim's mentions looking like a roast session at this point. And it's not just randoms online. Mase and Cameron, yeah, they're eating this up too. If you know their history with Jim, then you already know they're watching this all unfold with popcorn in hand and grins on their faces. Now, why was Mase laughing so hard at all this? It goes way back. Jim, Cam, and Mase all started out in Harlem together, coming up in the same early rap crew called Children of the Corn back in the mid-90s. But here's where it gets sticky. Mase was the first to blow up. He signed with Bad Boy Records and became a star overnight. According to Jim, that's when things shifted. Jim says once Mase got famous, he started switching up, treating folks different, especially Cam.
I watched Mase on Cam and everybody around him.
Wow.
A bitch like all the time. You heard? Like I was there the whole time, but I was Cam's man. You heard? Is that I wasn't there for every single thing. Everybody Cam didn't like, I didn't like. And I already see how he was handling Cam, so I definitely didn't like him. You dig? And then I seen how much love Cam had for him and how Cam was jumping out the window for him, which a friend should. Like that, like being overprotective, making sure nothing happened. Like he was trying his best to make sure that Mase stayed as safe as possible. But Mase had got that money and lost his mind.
He claims Mase distanced himself from the ones who helped build him up, and it didn't stop there. During Jim's appearance on Justin LeBoy's Respectfully show back in January, he dropped more heat. He claimed he personally watched Mase trash talk Cam after he made it big, and that's when Jim said he lost all respect for him. So while Jim's out here getting flamed by Pusha fans, the drama's hitting a whole new level with Mase and Cam stirring the pot in the background. It's messy, it's personal, and it's far from over. Back when Mase was blowing up under Diddy's wing and becoming a mainstream name, Cam'ron was still out in the trenches hustling for his shot. And when Cam finally made it, he didn't leave Jim behind. He brought him in and together they built the Diplomats, a movement, a brand, a whole wave. Meanwhile, Mase dipped out of the game. After all that mess with Diddy, he pivoted and became a pastor. Then out of nowhere, he made a comeback, trying to jump back into rap like he never left. But Jim wasn't buying any of it. He saw Mase as a flip-flopper, 1 minute preaching, the next minute rapping. To Jim, Mase only popped up when the spotlight looked good, and that made him look fake. Sure, Mase and Cam had their own beef in the past, but they squashed that in 2022. And not just quietly, they came back together and launched a sports podcast, It Is What It Is. That link up? It hit a nerve for Jim. Suddenly, the man who once stood beside Cam was on the outside looking in, and the jealousy started bubbling up again. Jim couldn't hold it in. He threw more shots at Mase, talking slick about his looks, even clowning him and saying he needed to go on a diet.
He needed to go on a diet. He needed to get his life together. He needed to go to the doctor and get a physical. He looked terrible, bad body, back. Nigga looked big around the neck, waist looked crazy. I'm body shaming this You heard? He need to go get his shit together, get on the treadmill, do some push-ups, do something. You heard? Especially for playing with me.
Real petty vibes. But Cam and Mase, they know how to play this game. And instead of clapping back with words, they leveled up the pettiness in style. They went and brought 50 Cent, yes, Jim's longtime rival, onto their podcast. That move wasn't random. It was straight up strategy, a masterclass in trolling. Bringing 50 on their show, that was a direct hit at Jim, and everybody watching knew it. During one spicy moment on the podcast, Cameron hit Mase with a setup that had intentions. He asked him to explain why, back in 2007, while Dipset and G-Unit were beefing heavy, Jim Jones suddenly popped up at one of 50 Cent's shows like nothing was going on.
Jimmy was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was your man, like on the side, like in the side, just he was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mase be that, and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally he had one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked, and I knew, I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was going to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. Then you got to watch to see how he responds. And then, when you see...
Cam knew exactly what he was doing. That wasn't a casual question. That was an alley-oop, and he served it up perfect for 50 to slam dunk on Jim. And that's exactly what happened. 50 didn't hold back, and the shade flew.
He like... Oh shit, he really like that. Hey, give me this, get me Jimmy. Yeah, tell him we want him. We want you at the show, Jimmy. Yeah, but that was one of those things I just threw it out and see what. And then when he bit to it because it was like he was having a moment that not sure that was going to ever happen again.
And of course, Jim couldn't let that slide. He got fired up and went off on both Cam and 50 during an interview with Justin LeBoy.
They got nothing else to think about but Capo. I did a lot for them in their life. You heard? Both of them. Pause though. Get off my dirt. There's only space on there for baby girl, man. Come on, man. Tugging on my shit.
He called them out for even speaking on his name and said they actually owe him favors. That's when things got even more heated. Jim didn't stop there. He went all in, claiming full credit for the entire Dipset aesthetic. According to Jim, he's the one who inspired Cam's whole wave, including that iconic pink fur coat.
I created the aesthetic.
Okay.
For the Diplomats. You heard? Dan and Cam's pink. You heard? He'll tell you.
Nah.
All right. Sooner or later, he gonna have to tell it. Where he got the pink from.
That's bold. He made it sound like without him, there would be no Dipset style. But Cam? Nah, he wasn't having it. He clapped back hard on the podcast and broke it all down. He straight up dismantled Jim's Dipset origin story, calling out the fake history Jim was trying to spin. Cam said Jim's not even originally from Harlem like he claims.
You are from the Bronx, bro. You are not from Harlem. Why do you keep thinking that you are from Harlem, bro? You are not from Harlem. I did not grow up with you, man. I did not grow up with you. Contrary to what you believe, I did not grow up with you. You are from the Bronx. Did your grandmother live? Did your grandmother live in Harlem? Yes. Did you come see her? Yes. Did I see you time to time? Yes. I did not grow up with you.
And to top it off, he made it clear Jim wasn't part of the foundation. According to Cam, Jim wasn't in the early trenches with them. He wasn't one of the day one writers, and he definitely wasn't in the original core. In Cam's words, Jim was a late addition to the movement, not a founding member like he tries to present himself now. Cam wasn't letting that slide either when Jim claimed he watched Mase son him back in the bad boy era. Cam shut that down quick. He said Jim wasn't even around back then. According to Cam, by the time Jim entered the picture, Children of the Corn already had a name in the streets. And Jim, he was just a fan looking in from the sidelines. And Cam didn't stop there. He brought out the real heat. He exposed that it was actually Mase who taught Jim how to rap in the first place. Cam even pulled out the receipts, old clips of Jim himself admitting it.
It was so cool. And we was like, yo, Jomo's a nice guy. Mace like, yo, I think I'll teach him how to rap. Mase actually taught you how to rap. Literally. He taught you how to rap. You'll say it. Matter of fact, bring up the clip.
And then Mase helped me actually learn how to rap.
Mase taught me how to rap. Mase actually showed me, he was the first person to show me how to rap. Mase actually sat me down and showed me the magic to rap.
You could feel the tension through the screen.
We taught you how to rap. How you ran the whole organization. How you made Diplomat. You ain't make none of this stuff. You was a fan. I put you down.
But hands down, the funniest part of the whole podcast, those random cuts to Mase sitting there with a bucket of popcorn, cracking up like he was at the movies. At one point, he laughed so hard, he almost choked. And the best part, Mase didn't have to say anything. He didn't roast Jim, didn't drop a bar, he just laughed. And that alone was enough to get under Jim's skin. Jim got so pressed, he responded by saying he'd slap the popcorn out of Mase. That's how triggered he was, and Mase ain't even speak. But hold up, this saga's far from over. Jim's not backing down. Word is he's teaming up with Drake for his upcoming album, Iceman, and he's lining up shots for everybody who crossed him. Pusha, Mase, Cam, no one's safe. And there's one track on that album that insiders say could flip the whole story upside down. If what's being teased is true, Jim might be about to shake the internet again. So you already know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe if you want more of this wild rap drama. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let us know who you think really runs this beef. See you on the next one.